His presentation is entitled Nurturing Children's Science Literacy, Fellow of AIPI for Basic Science Commission, Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Sciences, Institute Technology of Bandung. Please proceed for your presentation.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank the committee, especially Bufin, for having invited me to give this presentation. I will share my concerns about our children science literacy and also my contribution to help increase our children science literacy. So we know about our youngsters, Gen Z, who live in the digital era. But our question is how good is the profile of our Gen Z, especially Indonesian actually. Next, so the digital era definition you can find in the internet. And also I think that this era is connected to the internet era where almost all of us, including the children, now are familiar with smartphones and everything. So I got this infographics from, I think, McCrindle, which tell us how many Gen Z live in the world. I think there are 2 billion children. But if we talk about the largest population in the world, turns out not China or USA, but Facebook. Now, talking about Indonesia, we have 200, maybe 80 millions now. And you see the statistics here. There are some figures about our youth literacy, but I think this figure only tell us the number of children having undertaken primary educations, because the number is, for me, is too high, 90-something%. And this tell us number of people having smartphones and also access to internet and so on. Next. This was from 2015. I tried to find the most updated statistics, but I couldn't find one. But I think this figure still tell us that most of our youth use internet for social media, chatting, online games, and so on. And on the right side, browsing, online use, email, and online seller, which are productive activities, while the left side is the non-productive activities. So this is part of my concerns. Next. Here, there are some statistics also which give us information about who and what they do. Next. So if you look at this picture, I just got this picture from the group that I'm part of it. So how many? Three children are reading books. I guess this is not very common nowadays, although we are here at the library. Maybe we can find some people reading books, but yeah, I mean, this picture will be rare. Next. So Gen Z, the definition we can also find in the internet. They don't just represent the future, but they are creating it. But I'm afraid that our Gen Z only live in era Z, but do not possess the criteria, because the criteria is they should be connected, educated, and sophisticated generation. So this is my concern. Next, in PISA tests, our students didn't perform well. So you can find Indonesia there, and on the right, Indonesia is still below. Yeah, you don't see the name of the countries, but the arrows point where Indonesia is. Next. So what? I'm a university teacher. I'm a fellow of Indonesian Academy of Science. What can I do? Well, from a few years ago, I tried to, of course, look at what are available in the internet, and then I thought what I could do, what I could contribute to increase our children's science literacy. So from 2014, I decided to blog and publish books about mathematics and science. I'm a mathematician, so I try to promote mathematics also. Next, so I wrote blog articles. Not easy, but I tried. Almost every week I write one article. That was my commitment at the time. And then after some time, I could collect the articles and then compose them into books. So I have been publishing 3 books, which could be considered as popular mathematics, not textbook. But then I also want to do something more. So this, I try to focus on children as my audience. So I created a website called anakbertanya.com. Anak means children, bertanya means question. So children question. Yeah, this article is still about mathematics, but in this blog, I invite my friends, my colleagues from other universities, also from communities, from different institutions to write, actually to answer children questions. So first of all, I have friends who were organizing activities with children, and my friend collect questions from the children. So one by one, the questions were answered, and I asked my colleagues, depending on the questions, to answer the questions. So this is about mathematics, so I will answer the questions myself. Next. And then from the articles answering children's questions, again, I compose them into books so that I can distribute the books nationwide, not only for those who can access the internet. So I brought some books with me here. These are the picture book. So from the article converted to picture books. The books have been distributed nationwide a few years ago, and one of the sponsor is the Kominfo, the Ministry of Communications and Informatics. So the top right and the top left, the book was distributed through Post Indonesia, so the Indonesian Post Office. And at the bottom, you see the books have been with the children in Nusa Tenggara, Southeast Islands, and also somewhere else in Indonesia. Next. These are the books that I have with me here. I don't have all of them, but the title, the first one, what do you want to be if you grow? Does UFO exist? How old is the Earth? Who's the first doctor in the world? Who's Einstein? And these questions are from children, so I don't create my own title. I mean, these are from the children. So who's the first mathematician? Maybe some children know from their parents that I'm a mathematician, so there is one children asking this question. And bottom right is why the rainbow is half circular shape, something like that. And this one, I like this one. The original title is actually why is plastic dangerous? But then this book is the last one. But then I began to modifying the title to be more interesting for the children. So this book is called Monster Plastic, Plastic Monster. So 1 minute. Yeah, that's the title. Next, jump to the conclusion, perhaps. Okay, for next. Yeah, okay. These are the festival that I organized 5 years in a row before the pandemics. So I also have offline activities. So here are my thoughts about science literacy. So first, I think scientists have to be more active in promoting science to the society, especially to the youth, by using various media that are available in the internet and others. And secondly, I think supports from the government and industries are important. So in the case I presented here, sponsors for the production and distribution of books is really helpful. And also sponsorship for the events such as Science Festival is also needed. And last but not the least, scientists and science graduates who are potential to become science communicators should be encouraged and supported. I think we need more of them now. Thank you.